Alright folks, welcome to another Hearts of Iron 2 Let's Play. As you can see here, the portrait's changed. And if you guys can recognize that portrait, and if you guys do, then you know what's next. Or at least what's coming up. If you guys don't know, especially by this little shield over here, then you'll be in for, I don't know if I would say a surprise. But, yes. This is a Byzantine mod for the Hearts of Iron 2, and I did say in the last Let's Play in the Kaiserreich mod that I was going to bring the past to the future, and this is true. This is, of course, a Byzantine mod, which was created by Hammer Falls. In the Paradox forums. At least that's his name in the Paradox forums. I don't know his real name. And he created this mod a couple of years ago. A few years back. And he created two scenarios. He created an Allied Byzantine and just a regular Byzantine. I'm going to be playing as the Allied Byzantine. Actually, it is tempting to know which one I want to do. You know what? I'll actually play as the Byzantine, and just this scenario, because there's a reason why. If you play as the Allied Byzantine, then you'll be pretty much the Byzantine Empire to its greatest length. By that, I mean, and even more so, because you'll have a lot of territories, including Egypt, and actually not really Egypt. Yeah, Egypt, and you have Saudi Arabia as a puppet. And I find that a little bit too easy. So I'm actually going to play as the regular Byzantines, and here's the story. And there's another reason for it behind it. After capturing the Ottoman Sultan in 1453, the Byzantines enter a long phase of slow expansion. By the end of the 18th century, all of modern Greece, Turkey, Egypt, Libya, Syria, and Israel had been annexed, as well as most of the Balkans and Iraq. However, a series of incompetent emperors, to no surprise, began to lose control of Libya and most of the outlying regions. By the time of Napoleon, the empire had lost present-day Libya, the Black Sea coast, and the colonies in southern Italy. The Byzantines entered a new isolationist period, trying to hold the empire together by causing it to fall behind on many technological and cultural developments. In the early 19th century, the Byzantine won the First Balkan War and the Arab Civil War, which is quite interesting how that works, and growing and complacent. In the later 19th century, the Byzantine lost the Russo-Byzantine War, and with it, the Balkans. After the defeat in the Second Balkan War, the empire signed an alliance with Germany, and when World War I broke out, the Byzantines sided with the Central Powers and lost. Good relations and the establishment of a constitutional monarch modeled on the British system led to closer relations between the Byzantines and the British in the interwar years. At the start of the Great Depression in 1931, the British sold the island of Cyprus back to the Byzantine Empire. In 1932, the Byzantine Empire fought the Third Balkan War that began with Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Albania, declared war over a series of minor, long-standing territorial disputes. The Byzantine victory took 2 years to accomplish, but was extremely successful in regaining lost territories. The British intervention stopped Yugoslavia and Bulgaria from being annexed, although they kind of mispronounced or bad grammar. Although Great Britain settled for large territorial concessions and recognition of the Byzantine conquest of Albania. As 1936 opens, the Byzantine Empire is faced with an alien emperor and his son too young to take the throne. Communist tensions are growing and relations have been deteriorating with both Italy and the Soviet Union. Chilling, isn't it, folks? Not a bad background, I think. What Hammer Falls did was kind of taking the story of what the Ottoman Empire did have, and then kind of brought it, and even modern day Turkey, and brought it to the story of the Byzantine Empire. Now, would that made any sense whatsoever? Historically, we don't know. Even I don't know. But it's an interesting background, to say the least, and great historical debate. So, anyway, let's get started, folks. Yes, I am playing as the Byzantines, for those who don't know. And also for those who don't know, I do love the Byzantine Empire, and that shouldn't come to any surprise. Even though my name is German Wehrmacht, so it's kind of one of those weird situations, I guess. Alright, so here's the Byzantine Empire in 1936. Quite cool, I think. As you can see, the kind of the territorial gains that was mentioned during the Third Balkan War, and even Bulgaria is reduced to complete nothingness almost. Yugoslavia losing modern-day Macedonia and Kosovo and Montenegro. Not really a great start for them. You can see we have full control of Anatolia, and you see the loss that of the two islands here of Rhodes and the Dardanelles Islands. But we still got Crete. We gotta love Crete. And here's the island that Britain sold to us. So, thank you. Thanks for selling Cyprus back to us. It kind of makes sense to have Cyprus on our side. You can see here relations with the Soviets are kind of decent. They're in the positives, which is quite interesting for any country to have good relations with the Soviets outside of the Comintern. You can see we got decent relations with the French and even the British, but we got poor relations with Republican Spain, which is no surprise, since Spain hates everybody else. Of course, we don't like Italy too much for great historical reasons, even because of one little city-state, or I guess a little republic. More like a merchant republic back in the day. That kind of screwed us over a little bit. You know, of course, we kind of have quasi-decent relations with Germany. Anybody outside the Atlantic, or the other side of the Atlantic, we don't have good relations. Maybe, well, except for Guatemala. Some countries in Central America that kind of see kind of our point of view. Okay. Yeah. More like almost the right wing, the extreme part. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, we got decent relations with China, so it's not too bad. And even decent relations with Japan. Okay, fair enough. So anyway, that's pretty much a parental autocrat. We have decent relations, except for Yugoslavia, of course. Hungary is not too bad. And here's the nice little background here. I know you guys can't really see. Let me try to find that's a little bit better. Pretty much the Greek flag, and with the Hagia Sophia in the background. Quite cool. Alright, let's get started with some research. research. And here's the tech teams. The Macedonian military industries. You can see that the Byzantines have a mix of good tech teams and decent ones. Even more so with the Spartan Officers College. Now that's quite an interesting thing right there. Could be a little overpowered since it is a skill of 9, and it would come into great benefit. However, our current way of land doctrine doesn't really work out. The Spartan College really does focus more on the great battle plans here, as you can see, except for assault, but that's okay. Even Gregos kind of see it that way too. Georgios, sorry, whatever. I could I? Yeah, even human wave. Though if you choose to hit human wave, it doesn't. That's more throwing the infantry out, kind of like what China and it's more used towards countries that have a lot of manpower, like China and Soviet Union. So not really my way of doing things. So I'm gonna actually. Do I have anybody that's good on this doctrine? I don't think I do. Well, Hemet there is decent, but I might do the Great Battle Plan after all. It would, if I do remember, discussing that, or at least seeing in a in the forums, in the paradox forums, trying to get my thoughts straight here, that the Great Battle Plan was actually the most common used plan during this time. So let's see, we got that going. Do I have any? Oh, hospitals, that's right. Not yet, but nobody's really got anything here. Fair enough. Alright, since we're kind of a mountainous region, of course, because being having Greek and Turkish, or not really Turkish, Anatolian lands, since Turkey was long gone, we do have mountainous regions, so we'll upgrade on the mountain infantry there. I would like to focus a little bit on tanks if I can. Tanks are not going to be that much useful in this area because because they do. I think they will get penalties in deserts and things like that. So it's not really too useful, and even more so in penalties with the mountainous regions. So I got to be careful with that. Let's see. I do want to somewhat improve on my navy. That'll be very helpful. So Constantinople shipyard. Let's see. Oh, we got the decisive. Okay, so we went to fleet and being. Fair enough. Do want to focus on air as well. Where's our current? Oof. Well, then again, I could just go naval bombers if I wanted to. Oh well, we'll go down that road when we get there. All right. All right. Since we are pretty much a parental autocrat, we don't get much of benefit as of money is concerned. But we're not really at war either right now, so we'll just focus on the consumer goods and gain a little bit of money. let's move towards central planning, since we do get some benefits from out of factories when we get to that point, or get more industrial capacity. Alright, so yeah, this is pretty much the plan right here, folks. I will be sticking with this for quite a while. Quite sad, isn't it? Oh, now I also have the ability to play music now, since it is just a regular Hearts of Iron 2 music and not like anything with the mod, like the Kaiserreich. That was quite frustrating that they wouldn't allow me. I'm still kind of pissed that they wouldn't let me play my music on that. Or at least the music that came with it. But whatever. Alright. Oh, and here's the claims that we have. Of course, we got the claim on the Aegean Islands and also on Syria. And there's kind of it's kind of interesting. Quite interesting that we still have claims on Syria after all these years. Yeah. Alright. So of course Britain would still have Egypt in this time, due to the fact of the Napoleonic Wars. And you can see here the historical impact on Ethiopia. Oh, and with Ethiopia, of course, we have kind of decent relations. So we should, and in my honest opinion, we should have a little bit higher relations due to the fact of the orthodox relationship between the two nations. Just my honest opinion, but whatever. Who cares about that? That's probably why it's a little bit higher with Romania. I mean, with all the again, it's debatable in historical accuracy. Of course, being ahistorical, never know. But great debate. I'm sure there's there is some debate about it, definitely. Let's see. Oh, I also want to do this. Have the AI pretty much do my trading. I don't want to forget about that. Alright. Alright, now we can shift it a little bit. And there we go. So now we can upgrade our units a little bit more. Alright. Alright, now let's organize our units. Let's see what we have. We got level 1 cav there. 1918 troops here and there. Up there. Ah, the death of Emperor Eleftheos. I'm sure I probably mispronounced that all the way through. The emperor passed away on March 18th, 1936. The emperor was an active monarch on both political and social economic fronts. He opened the Senate up to all citizens, and he granted the Senate extensive powers over the budget and internal policy, which is quite interesting in the background of not only the Roman Empire, but in the Byzantine Empire. He rewrote the constitution and oversaw the transition of from an absolute monarch to a constitution one, modeled on the British system. The emperor was succeeded by his son, Sophocles the First. Sophocles. Man, but yeah. So we lost an emperor. And Sophocles the First, or yeah, Sophocles, yeah, and Ionius Mextus, of course, is the head of government. Medicus, whatever. Yeah. I don't know why I call him Mextus all the time. You can tell how bad my Greek is. So, and even in English, translation to Greek is kind of bad. But somehow I still like the Byzantine Empire, you know? Despite the fact I can't really speak Greek for crap. Oh, man. we can also liberate Montenegro, which is cool. Of course, we don't have claims on it, but we'll never get claims on it. That's the way it goes. Alright, let's see what we got. We got 1918, yeah, 219. Ooh, we got 1936 there. Alright, so let's move these two up there. Let's move this up there. Alright, we can shift. Oop. Right to there. I'll leave that supply HQ behind. Let's remove you from power because I don't need a general in command of 2 divisions. Let's see. Alright, so I got level 1 cav. 1918, there we go. So we can move those guys down. Oh, stop it. Stop doing that. Alright, we can move these guys down there. Actually, you know what? Keep it right there to guard against the Soviets. Have 1 division guard against the Soviet, yeah. Okay. So I wonder if I can demand territory. Nope. Alright, so I'll just influence the Allies a little bit. But also influence Germany a little bit more. Or, oh, well, I can't because I'm out of money. Fair enough. Fair enough. And of course, we got 3 divisions down here in Crete, which is quite unnecessary to have. It's not like we're too worried about Crete. So we'll send my pretty much obsolete navy out here. As obsolete could be. I mean, hell, you'd think by 1936 the Byzantines would have a better navy than what they have now, but oh well. I mean, really, the ones who developed Greek fire and all that cool things, you would think they would have a better navy at this time. But again, they cut themselves off. Cut themselves off from the rest of the world. It's quite sad. But then again, it was a good purpose for it. Alright, let's get rid of the obsolete navy here. Because we don't need an obsolete navy, we need a better navy. One with just transports. Of course. That's all you ever use is transports. Well, except in my Kaiserreich, in which I did actually have a somewhat decent navy. Then again, I also had the tech for it too, so there's a reason for that. Alright, so I'll move, combine these 2 together. There we go. Those itches. Alright. So you can see my industrial output right now is pretty bad. It is kind of bad. Alright, since we're in July, we should be okay. Oh, yeah, I need production up. There we go. Alright, do that. Oh. Get a little bit in upgrades now. Don't want to do too much. Alright, where am I at now? Okay. Oh, wow. Definitely need to get that going too on my manufacturing. Alright, let's make some factories. Thank God that the factories on here aren't such a pain in the ass as the one on Victoria. Not so much micromanagement on them. Oh, we could do a couple more. Alright. Let's get one Trebuzz on. It's kind of important. It was kind of an important province there, so why not? Get one in Ionia. Get one there. I think I got enough. I think that's enough, especially with the resources I probably will need maintaining them. Actually, now I don't want to get one in Montenegro. Due to the fact, if I get one in Montenegro or any of these these provinces here, these 3 here or 4 here, my bad, I won't get too much of an output because it's not a national province of mine. Alright, let's get one there, and let's get one there. There we go. That should be good. Now we're good. Alright. So I'm gonna have really scrounging for resources after this. Oh man. Alright. Ah, the French returned Syria to us. Nice. Or for 500. We are too poor. Yeah, we are poor. It's worth it. I will take the hit. Now, find a way to get money for it. Alright. There we go. Yes! I can still get money. Ooh, 7. Nice. Alright. So now, whoa! Interesting. The British have actually intervened in the Spanish Civil War. Huh. Okay, so it has the Italians. Well, that's cool, though. You hardly see the British intervene in the Civil War. That's cool. Huh. Of course, the French don't support it, so that's not surprising. But I've actually seen the French and the British support the Spanish Republican against the nationalists, which is quite interesting because they actually will give the Republicans a lot more a better chance of winning. Then again, I've seen them win without it, so let's just watch this little war go on as I lose supply and money. I'm trying to gain money a little bit, but I'm gonna be out of supply now, and there we go.